That's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right. Cool. So now, review in progress of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So I've loved these games. I know you love these games. This is published by Nintendo, and it was I'm blanking on the developer. Oh yeah, I'll say it. Team Ninja. Thank you. It's $59.99, and Steak's one sentence review is the Ultimate Alliance you know and love is back, which I agree with. It was basically
Someone did their homework.
Yeah, I didn't think we were doing a full review. I thought we were doing a review in progress.
You are.
My homework's in progress.
That's still my review in progress sentence.
Yeah. No, and like it's
for my first 4 or 5 hours of playing.
Yeah. So I've played. I probably played a little bit more than that, but I think I did a little more of the grindy pieces of it. I think you're further in the story than I am.
I have not touched any of that.
I did about 2 hours of the Infinity stuff, which we'll get into in a minute.
Yeah.
So and I think I've heard in like 20, 25-ish hours to beat if you're kind of only dabbling in that and mainlining a little bit. So
that with the Infinity stuff
right.
is around that. Yeah.
Like dabbling.
Otherwise,
so you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think they're saying the average story is about 12 to 14.
Really?
I want to say if you're mainlining the story, be line there. But if you don't that's not doing any of the other stuff though.
So this is even though it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, this is definitely a new game, a new story path, and it's picking up on the current MCU beats of Infinity Stones and Thanos and the whole deal and the Black Order.
But in its own way,
100%,
which is awesome. I was a little worried about that.
Yeah, I was worried about a little bit of the aping the MCU stuff. But it really does feel kind of like it's more comic booky,
yes,
than anything else.
Big time.
So like the beat to beat is just like the other games. Yeah, 4-player kind of crawling. It's almost dungeon crawly, but you're not in any dungeons. Like you're always in like, the raft from Spider-Man's stories, or you're from
Xavier's school.
Xavier's school. Yeah, exactly. School. The Avengers Tower for one. Tower, so I mean, you're in like locales that you know.
Yep.
And you're just going through and just doing story missions, and you're just constantly picking up new heroes.
Oh yeah,
like
all
God. The time. To the very first part, at the end of the very first, you start off as Guardians of the Galaxy, and by the time you're done with them, like you have like 20 people you can pick, and it's just like every time they introduce a new character to you, they do like a splash screen where it's like they give them their name and like a one-line sentence.
Oh my God, some of them are hilarious.
They're very clever, and like. At the end of that story, it was just like this person and 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 this person, and it was just like, whoa! I gotta have all of these guys now. But like but it feels just like those old games where you're just crawling through. You pick your team of 4, you smash the X Y button and I think
Y
B.
and X. Y and X.
Is it Y and X? I don't know. I don't know the Nintendo buttons.
I know. I'm thinking. Okay, B's
triangle and square.
Y and B.
B is the jump.
Yeah.
Triangle and circle.
Left.
I'm just trying to give you a point of reference
where
on the
triangle.
Control.
Yeah.
Square and
triangle. Yeah. So square and triangle. So square. Yeah.
You sure it's not X and Y?
So that's
it's probably X and Y.
X, Y. X
yeah,
on
you're
top,
right. Yeah.
Y is on the left. So Y is your light attack. X is your heavy attack.
Correct. It's always I gotta remember it's backwards.
X, Y, A, B.
You're right. So yeah. Heavy attacks, light attacks. You have superpowers, and as you level up, you get more and more superpowers, and you can level up those superpowers.
Yep.
So there's a lot to gain, a lot to go through.
Synergy attacks, which you team up so you use one of your powers alongside another hero's power for like a little more effect, like a little bit bigger effect.
I don't think it uses as much as your power either.
Correct.
When you do that, like the other person like who you're teaming up with, it doesn't use like that much as their power.
Right.
And there's like when you're playing it, there's a lot going on in this.
Oh, there's so much going on.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of just effects
and
animations. One of the things that happens is like if I'm just doing the single player, and one of my other teammates is doing one of their attacks, a yellow arrow will come up in the screen like, do you want to also like team up with them and do it?
Okay.
And you press A.
It shows A, and then you do it.
You'll do it.
So I was wondering like if you're doing multiplayer in this. Is it like a consensual thing, or do I just get to take your powers without telling you?
Press A for consent.
Yeah.
So,
like, do I have to give you permission to drain my power to do your thing?
Yeah. So it's like they get that yellow arrow, and then like I said, it's kind of like when you're just like fighting, you see it and you hit it. It's kind of neat to have that feeling, like it's like the AI character is actually working with you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat and different.
Yeah. And there's times when
this is not a video game thing. This doesn't happen.
Well, it's nice too because there's times when if you're just using your own power but not the synergy power of it, just your own. If there's a hero next to you, they'll do it sometimes too.
Right.
They'll just automatically they'll be like, oh,
okay,
I can match that, and they'll do it with you.
Right.
And then they'll do that synergy attack with you, which is really cool, like and very smart, surprisingly.
Yeah. So you got your attacks, you got your powers, and then you have your ultimate power, which is press L and R, whatever the version of that is on the Nintendo controller, and that's like your big attack, and everyone has a different one, and it's like really big. You can't really put them together. Like if you have one and I have one, like you can't like team up and do like a special one, but you can do yours and I can do mine at the same time, and it becomes like a big area effect. So even when you're playing as when you playing with computer players, like I can jam out 4 times, and all 4 of my guys will all do their ultimate attack at the same time.
Yeah, and you don't have to use like just one or all 4. You can actually pick how many. So you have 4 with all your 4, and it's by the rings too. So like the rings where your health and your power is, there's a yellow bar that fills up, and when it's shining, that means that character can use their ultimate attack. So you can do up to a certain amount.
I'm gonna take care of that.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, let me talk a little bit about the story, I guess then, if you don't mind. Very good. So the main story is like you start off as the Guardians of the Galaxy, and shocker, you come across the Infinity Stone. The very first one you get is you get one and Star-Lord accidentally activates it and teleports the Guardians of the Galaxy to Earth, along with all the stones. So now all the stones are on Earth. Everyone knows it, and all the supervillains are trying to get it. So like not even just Thanos, like Green Goblin's trying to get it, and all the main villains from Marvel universe is trying to get these things. So the whole idea is you're going from A to B to C to D to pick all these things up. That's kind of one of my things that's a little bit jarring about it. Is just like there's no transition. Like you just Avengers Tower, here we go. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like where we got to go next. We got to go to this place. All right, and you just appear there. There's no like transition to get to where you're going, which is weird.
So is it like when you're going through the story mode? Is it like I know you said there's no transition, so there's not really a lot of storytelling going from point A to point B. But is it linear? Is it like you finish this place and you go to the next place? There's not a map you're picking from.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, you go to the next place. Usually at the end of the level, there's a chance to talk to some different heroes. Like each level, you do pick up some heroes. Like in the raft, we're picking up Spider-Man and all the Spider people, like Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales and things like, and Miss Marvel.
Spider people.
All the Spider people. And then when you get to and they kind of like have them like based in like in worlds. And the next one, you're picking up like Luke Cage and Daredevil and Iron Fist, like all together because they kind of go together. So at the end of that, usually at the end of their level, like those people are standing around, you kind of talk to them, recruit them to your team, and then there's usually one person with like a exclamation point, like there would be Nick Fury or Jessica Jones or whoever it is that you need to talk to advance to the next level. So yes, like I've gotten, like I said, I'm probably about a third to halfway done with the story, and it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters at all. Like this, like I said, this game for me is just purely comfort food. Kind of mindless. Like you gotta pay a little bit of attention, especially when your people are dying, and you gotta make sure that you're picking people up, or you gotta make sure that if someone needs to get the red orb to get healthy, make sure that person gets the red orb, and you're not just blindly picking up health that's not doing you any good.
So when you're playing with the AI characters, are you always control one, or can you switch between them?
You can switch at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, you can switch around. So like that's very useful, especially if you got some guy in there. If I have like Wolverine has absolutely no ranged attacks.
Right.
So like if I need someone to get, like they have someone shooting up on the rooftop, I'll switch over to Spider-Man, either zip up there or shoot webs up there to knock those guys out, and it's super quick. Like it's just a D-pad, up, down, left, right, and you get all 4 of your characters right then and there. So I mean, the levels aren't as dense as I remember them being in the previous games. Like I remember just smashing things constantly. It's like, isn't it like when you're playing like Diablo or any of those dungeon crawlers, you're constantly trying to find stuff to smash, so you get orbs and you get health and you get coins and you get all kinds of stuff. This one, there's a little bit of that, but not a lot of it.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if I'm just not supposed to have that, or they're really trying to push people into this. There's another part of the game called the Infinity piece of the game, where you're going back and it's like a trial, like a challenge. Where the very first boss you see is Nebula. You fight her in the main story. The very first Infinity I don't know what they call it. It's like Infinity Rift or something like that.
Okay.
When you go there the very first time, it gives you an option. You're fighting Nebula again, and you gotta, beat her in under a minute, or do X amount of damage with a team up attack, and you get all these 3 stars. Well, more stars you get, more rewards you get.
Sure.
And that's really kind of the only way to level up some guys as you go. Because one of the things that I found as well that I'm not a huge fan of is I kind of have like my 4 guys I really like to use.
Yeah.
But that means all my other guys are in the dust. So I'm going to have like a bunch of people that are like levels upon levels behind everybody else. One of the rewards you get is an XP booster. And you have like small ones and big ones. And you can use those to kind of catch people up. Or if you want to have someone who's like super overpowered, you can do that too. But since there's so many, like when you go to the character select screen, and you can swap them out periodically. Like there's spots, like there's basically like save spots throughout the game, where you can go there, you can access the Infinity Rift, or you can change your characters out. When you change your characters out, it gives you it's like a fighting game screen.
Okay,
but not like Mortal Kombat.
Like the old Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, exactly.
A giant checkerboard.
It's huge, and I have a bunch of it not filled in yet. So I'm doing that classic like RPG thing where I have all these things. I don't want to use any of them because I don't want to waste them on something. I don't, I'm gonna die with a full like arsenal of health.
You should use that potion. I don't want to.
I'm gonna need it for the last boss. Well, I just beat the last boss, so I don't know why I have this anymore.
Oh, I should have used all those potions.
So that's one of those things that it's like, I wish there was some, like, I wish it would, because when you pick up a new character, that new character is at the level that is appropriate for that area.
Right.
So, like, if I pick up a new character, I'm at, like, level 8 or 9 or 10, usually they'll be in that realm, and if I want to start with them, I can start with them and be on pace with everybody else. But if I'm like, I don't really like the new powers for, again, Wolverine, I can't. It's hard to like go back to somebody who's at level 6 when I'm at level like 18 already.
Right, yeah.
And it's a lot of resources to use. I may not even have all those. And I mean, you do level up quicker because you are fighting a higher level bad guys when you're going along. But overall, it's just like I just wish they had even like just like a half progression, just something to kind of keep them in line with everybody else.
Yeah, I know. Like the most recent game I played like that was Final Fantasy VII. And it's like, the 3 people that are in your party level up much, get more XP, level up much faster. But the rest of the people that you have, like they trickles XP to them a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a quick, easy fix of something that they could do. I mean, granted, I do like using the characters I have because I have a nice range of everything I need.
Right.
And also, like in all the levels too, they have secrets, and the only ways you can access some of the secrets is by doing a team up attack. And it seems like if you don't have those characters, you just don't get that secret. So like, but pretty much all the
you can come back later when you do have those
exactly, which I don't want to do. So like, it seems like Wolverine and Thor always have the combination I need to open up any lock I've been getting to. So I keep Thor on there because he's a powerhouse, and Wolverine there because he just really can't die because he constantly regains health is one of his things. So it's nice to have someone like that on your team just in case stuff goes bad.
With stuff like that and even the challenge mode, do you think like they worried too much about replayability?
I don't know if they worry about that. I just think that maybe halfway. Again, this is just pure speculation, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
but it feels like they were trying to fix that leveling up problem, and they put this on there instead because it's not really super fun to redo that kind of stuff. But I definitely did feel motivated to do it just to get my characters a little bit of a boost. Because even like I wasn't only using new characters in the Infinity pieces of it, I was using my main characters in there just so I can be like 1 or 2 levels above where I really should be in the game, so I can have a little easier time, obviously.
Right.
But the rewards are worth it, so I mean that's okay. But I don't know. It just feels like something that is kind of tacked onto the side. It feels like something that was. It's not fun to replay stuff over and over again. That's one of my things. That's why I don't play roguelikes and likes because I'm not a big fan of playing the same thing over and over again. But this is my only chance to get someone from a level 6 to a level 11 or 12 in any way, shape, or form. So I have to do it this way.
Right.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's going on there.
When you level up your characters, I mean, obviously they get stronger. They can probably take more abuse. Mm-hmm. Do you unlock any like different attacks for them or different outfits? Yes. Or
I know there's in the Rift too. When you get stars, you can unlock outfits. But ultimately, when you're going through, you get access to new powers. So on level 5 you have 1 power. Level 10 you have 2 powers now. And every 5 levels you seem to get a power. and with every level up, you get basically a token you can spend on upgrading that level, that power, I should say.
Okay.
So it'll take 5 XP levels to update this thing, but I gotta wait to level up 5 times before I can do it. So there's so much currency in this game. That's another thing too. Like there's the XP orbs, and there's the ability orbs, and then there's that. I didn't even talk about that grid of that power grid thing yet. I haven't gotten to that yet.
The grid is huge.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna fill this up in no time. Then I open up another like sector of it.
Yeah.
Son of a.
So, you hit it, as soon as you buy whatever's at the points, it unlocks a whole nother big one of it, and then but those ones are interesting because then if you buy everything within those, there's a huge perk in the middle that you'll gain access to. But from what I've been reading, it's like we're talking like multiple playthroughs to actually unlock that stuff.
I was kind of saying, I felt like there's a lot of things in this game that want you to play a lot of it. Like it wants you to play like again the Infinity. I think it's like is Infinity Rifts. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I believe it.
So it's like those things. Like I'm just constantly. I fought Nebula like 7 times, and like I just like the last 3, I was just like I'm just doing this for this last perk or a few coins or whatever you know. Whatever it was, I wasn't doing just for the heck of it. However, when I did finish those 7 times, that grid was just like, so much of it filled out because I had so many coins from just doing it over and over and over again. So like,
did you talk about how there's only certain characters you can unlock in the Infinity Grid Rifts?
No.
So in the Infinity mode, there's 2. Electra and someone else, I believe, that you have to like complete. It's kind of to unlock characters. You have to play through some of this stuff in the Infinity in there to unlock them.
I thought I had Electra. I get your point though. Yeah, which
is nice.
Yeah,
which is really cool because you have a reason.
Yeah, there's that, and I said I know when you get like the challenges, you get the 3 stars, and the more stars you get different costumes and things like that as you go along too. So and there's plenty of carrots on the end of that stick for sure. But like I was saying, like my main positive is just like it's familiar, it's kind of mindless, and I enjoy those other games. I enjoy these characters. I am really liking this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. I am enjoying it so much. I mean, there's been a little technical issues here and there, but no big whatever. I can look past those. Like
I was gonna say, do you guys feel it's limited at all by being only on the Switch?
No, not at all. I think it looks fine. It looks comic booky, which is like actually being on the Switch is kind of nice because it actually gives it that feel and look to it. I think on the Xbox and stuff, like because of the art design they went for, it might have looked a little too polished, maybe. I don't want to say that, and I don't mean like in a bad way, but like I kind of like the way it is, like because on the Switch.
I definitely noticed a frame rate improvement when I docked it.
Okay, like, I haven't done that yet, so I
really significantly.
Like much like you, I'm like as I'm playing this, like I've been playing just strictly handheld, but at the same time I'm like, man, I really want to play this on the TV though.
Yeah, and man, like when you're playing this handheld, like man, there is just so much stuff going on the screen right now. Like I've definitely lost characters.
I've lost track of my characters multiple times. Yeah. I mean, there are times when you are in like small rooms or tight corners when the camera kind of gets a little wonky and you can't even see your character at all. So you got to kind of run around to get away from that.
Give an outline. That's fine.
Yeah. But no, I think it's really interesting what they did with this. The art design is excellent. Some of the things they do in the levels are very cool. When you're in Hell's Kitchen, there's a part when you're running through and it's just a silhouette, and then you're fighting all these ninjas and it's a silhouette. And it's like, this is cool.
It's very Kill Bill.
This is really neat.
They definitely have some moment. Like they definitely had like I feel like every level has almost like one key like artistic flair moment to it, where like they figure out some way to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Whether it be with the stone or just with like the overall level design.
Right. Yeah. No. It's they did a great job. I'm super enjoying it. And like I said, the little things that are wrong or not wrong, but issues with it or whatever, I easily can overlook. I don't think it should affect. It doesn't affect anyone's gameplay. Like I know some people were complaining a lot about the frame rate and stuff. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think so
like,
either.
I mean, and the only times I notice it is on the extreme attacks, but there's so much going on that like...
I'm activating all 4 at once.
Who cares? Yeah. Anytime I use it, I'm using all 4. That's when I use it.
And not only that, like... This is a totally... Yeah, go ahead. This is... do you have any final moments? Or are you good?
I will in a second.
All right, good. So, like... This is totally like apologist of me, and I don't care. But like, it almost feels good, like when you're doing all those things at once, like almost slow down. Otherwise, I can't tell what the hell's going on anyway. Like the slowdown almost helps me actually see what the heck's going on.
It's a happy little accident.
It kind of is. What's your main 4 guys you go with, or do you constantly switch out?
I was constantly switching out for a while, because it's funny because I thought my main was going to be like Spider-Man, Miles, Spider-Gwen, and Venom. And I thought it was going to be my 4.
The Spider people.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But actually, right now, my main group, and I'm actually really happy with this group right now, is Wolverine, Nightcrawler.
Oh, I haven't got Nightcrawler yet.
Deadpool, and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch is the one I'm thinking about swapping in because mine's Wolverine, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Gwen. Because I was saying Thor's like a powerhouse, and he has a really good his team up move with Captain Marvel is just like they both go forward and just knock out just a bunch of people at once.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So it's like I'm clearing rooms with those 2 guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I was actually using Wasp for a while when I did get Wasp.
Okay.
I was really because I was using her with what was I using that with? I think it was Thor's lightning in her tornado, and it was just wrecking people, which was amazing. Yeah. But so far though, my favorite introduction has been Deadpool.
I haven't gotten him yet.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So you hear him before you see him.
Sounds about right.
When you start like hearing something like what the hell is that? Look inside the building. That's all I'm going to say. There's a window. Look inside the building.
I will. I think that's really all I got. I know you're busy right now. Do you have any like final moments or final touches or anything else you want to go over real quick?
No, I think it's fantastic. I can't wait to dive in more. I hear that the area I just got to is the hardest part of the game. So we'll see what happens there, which means I might have to go start doing some of those Infinity Rifts. I haven't even touched any of them yet, so I'm gonna have to go there and do some grinding and stuff because my I think when I enter that area, it says level 24, and my highest character is 22. Yeah. So I'm a little under leveled right now. But no, I'm loving it. If you love Ultimate Alliance, go get it. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just comfort food. It's junk food. It's not great, but it is super fun. So I definitely highly recommend it.